Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into something called the Blended Family Planner, or BFP. And if you think family harmony is mostly about feelings, well, this resource might make you rethink that. It kind of reframes success not as, just emotional struggle, but more like a proactive system, almost like governance for the family.
Exactly. It's built on this idea that harmony isn't accidental. It's more like an architectural blueprint you build with intention, patience,
Mm.
understanding. And the focus really shifts. It prioritizes the well-being of all family members, moving away from those reactive sort of traditional models.
Okay, so what's our mission here? To unpack how this BFP actually works.
That's right. We're looking at how it takes these really messy emotional processes and turns them into a codified system. It's fascinating because the big hurdle it tackles isn't always about love, surprisingly. It's often logistics. It's about giving families the operating system they need to coordinate maybe 3, 4, sometimes more adults in parenting roles.
Right, coordinating all those people.
Yeah. And to manage expectations, avoid that early burnout parents feel, the BFP insists on gradual integration. It's foundational. It breaks family formation into 3 stages, basically accepting that relationships need time. They don't just happen.
Okay, stages. Let's talk timeline. Stage 1 is early adjustment, 0 to 2 years. And that's when you often see resistance, maybe to a step-parent's authority.
Correct. That's very common.
Then stage 2, stabilization, another 2 years, maybe 2 to 4 total, where roles get clearer.
Things start to settle a bit.
But then stage 3, integration. You're saying true systemic security, that feeling of being a functional unit, consistently takes 4 years or more.
That's what the data suggests, yes.
Yeah.
4+ years.
Wow. Okay, that's not just patience. That sounds like a strategic plan, like a multi-year investment.
It really is. You have to approach it that way.
So if you need that kind of long-term view, you probably need some serious structure from day one, right?
Right.
I'm guessing that's where the BFP's focus on logistics comes in.
Absolutely. That structure is crucial, especially for building trust between households. It pushes for what it calls dual household documentation,
Dual household documentation, meaning?
comprehensive data. Contact info for everyone involved, the whole extended network. It professionalizes the information flow, creates a single source of truth.
Okay, that makes sense. And that level of detail, does it help with the emotional side too?
It does, indirectly. For instance, managing complex custody schedules. The BFP has these visualization grids. And a really specific, powerful tip is using different colors for each child's schedule,
Different colors. Why?
because it transforms a simple schedule into a tool for individual attention tracking. It helps parents consciously, proactively make sure each child gets focused time. It's a way to head off jealousy before it even starts.
I see. Tracking attention. That's clever. But conflict is still going to happen, right? What about the step-parent role itself? That seems like a minefield.
Definitely. And the BFP is very clear on the philosophy there. The core message is you're not replacing a biological parent. You're adding love, support, and stability. Framing it that way helps manage expectations, both for the step-parent and for everyone else.
But what about those really tough moments, like the loyalty conflicts? The resource mentions preparing for specific phrases, like if a child says, "You're not my real parent." Ouch.
Yeah, that's a hard one. The BFP stresses having pre-scripted, non-defensive responses ready. Knowing what you'll say, keeping it consistent and calm, validating the child's feelings without getting defensive. It's often the only way to handle that without reacting purely from hurt.
Okay, so you have the philosophy, you have the crisis scripts. How do you formalize the step-parent's actual authority day to day?
That's where the discipline boundaries worksheet comes in. It's a key mechanism. It explicitly defines what the step-parent can handle, daily rules, homework help, that sort of thing. And it separates that from issues requiring joint discussion or things only the biological parent handles, like major consequences. It makes the boundaries visible, agreed upon. It legitimizes the role.
Okay, but isn't there a risk here? By codifying everything, like with this worksheet, do you lose the flexibility needed for, well, real life? It sounds a bit like systems engineering for families.
That's a fair point. There's always that tension. But the argument is that having this agreed-upon operating system actually increases resilience, because you default to fall back on. And this principle, this sort of systemic approach, also applies to sibling rivalry. The core idea there is fair doesn't always mean equal.
Right. Kids have different needs.
Exactly. The system accepts that differentiated treatment is sometimes necessary. But the key is that parents need to document why. Explain clearly why one child might get more resources or attention for a specific reason. It takes the emotional guesswork out.
So pulling it all together, the
Yeah.
blended family planner is essentially providing this crucial operating system.
Yeah, an OS to help two distinct family structures merge into one, hopefully more resilient unit.
And it's about achieving that through deliberate, governed intention, not just reacting to whatever fire pops up next.
Precisely. Intention over reaction.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you listening. If building a successful blended family really benefits from a 4+ year strategic blueprint and intentional individual attention tracking, what other areas, maybe in your work life, maybe personally, could be transformed if you shifted from just reacting emotionally to using more proactive governed systems? Something to think about.